Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and salutations to the nation of Israel, the elect, and the one-third that's destined for salvation. To you I say Shalom. Alright, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Alright, and this lesson I just wanted to bring out for the occasion of this wicked holiday coming up called Christmas, all right, also known as many other names. But Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I just want to talk about the history of Christmas and where the scripture says we shouldn't celebrate it. All right. So first, let's get to the scriptures. As you see this image here, it basically runs down the history of Christmas. It shows the tree or whatever, and it says a pagan ritual synchronized into Greco-Roman Christianity, aka Saturnalia, Natalis Invicti Solis Yule. All right, and I know this is Latin, but Solis means sun, but I'm not sure what it means, to be honest. Actually, you know what? Let's Google it. Natalis Invicti Solis Yule. Let's go to Google. Natali Invictus. Natali Sol Invictus. Oh shoot! So what does it mean? Natalis Solus Invictus. Alright, let's go to the first one in Wikipedia. Salaki, I'm learning as well. I got some notes written down, but I'm gonna bring out what I got. But we also could bring out some other new stuff while we're going, Lord willing. Alright, Sol Invictus is unconquered sun. Alright, so that's basically what it is. Invictus is unconquered, invincible. Sun would be Solus. Oh, Slovakia. Natalis Solus Invicti, birthday of the unconquered sun. So truly, when it boils down to it, to wrap it up, Christmas is basically sun worship. But I'm gonna show some history proving that. All right. And I advise everybody to look up, do their own research. But let's get to the scriptures. Jeremiah chapter 10, starting at verse 1. Hear ye the word of which the Lord Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. All right. So right here, he's about to talk. He's telling Israel to listen up. He's only telling one group of people to listen up. All right. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. All right, this is the point right here, or this is starting the point. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. All right. So this is another. This is strike one for it representing Christmas. All right, the trees cut out of the forest, right, by axe. All right, next, verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. All right, strike two. All right, once the tree is cut down, what do? They put it on that base. They screw it in when But now we use screws and hammers. But back then they probably nailed it up to the base. And what do? They decked it with silver and gold, just like now. They wrap it with ornaments, gold, silver, right? Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. All right? Yeah, it stands up like a palm. It stands up, but it's not speaking. So why are you worshiping it, right? Why you adorning it with jewelry? Really, a Christmas tree is an altar. Because what do? You put lights on it. You wrap it with silver and gold. Put presents around it. That's an altar for sun worship inside your house, right? Let's go into the history of Christmas. All right. And this is a website called anomundi.com. Lord willing, I remember to put the link in the description. Alright, and it starts off by saying Christmas, that everybody knows, is not the birthday of a Mashiach. He was not born in the middle of winter. We know that for sure because the sheep were out in the fields. And that's right. It would have been very cold at night in the hills of Judea, and it has always been the practice of shepherds in that area not to keep sheep in the fields after about the end of October. All right. So and this is talking about when the wise men traveled too. The wise men wouldn't travel in the middle of winter, right? And it's also extremely unlikely that Herod would have ordered the people to travel to their hometown for registration in the middle of winter, right? He was actually born at the festival of Sukkot, or the Tabernacles, right? The Feast of Tabernacles, all right? And this article is off because they don't have the proper names, right? But of course, not everybody has a proper name. That's why we give double honors to the men at Great Millstone, right? But let's scroll down a little. So why do we celebrate Christmas on December 25th? Some people say it's a good time as any, and it doesn't really matter when Yahushua was born as long as we celebrate his birthday sometime. But if we're going to celebrate the birthday of Yahushua December 25th, we need to know the reason why we do it on that day, because it's also the traditional holidays of Nimrod, Osiris, Jupiter, and various other representations of the child god of the Babylonian religious system, right? So this is what this is. Christmas also falls around the time of the winter solstice, but we'll get into that as well. All right, let's scroll down a little. To understand the history of the child God, we have to begin with Genesis 10 and 8. And this is King James Version, so I'll read it verbatim here. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty humber. Salaki. This is Genesis chapter 10, starting at verse 8 through 10. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, and the land of Shinar. Alright? Nimrod was the one who built the Tower of Babel, right? But let's continue on. The Bible does not identify Nimrod's mother or his date of birth. Alright? Oh, this is... Alright, so... But Egyptian and Babylonian antiquities identify his mother as Semiramis. And his birthday is celebrated on the 25th of December. Alright? So... Not only is December 25th sun worship, it's worshiping the birth of Nimrod, right? And we all know, I'm not going to say we all know, but Scripture says it's unlawful to celebrate your birthday. That's not a custom the Hebrews followed. It's not a custom the Jews followed. All right? That's not a custom Israelites followed. Celebrating your birthday, that's not happening, man. Yahushua didn't celebrate his birthday. Yahushua didn't celebrate his parents' birthday. Well, show me that in the scriptures, all right? Sometimes Semiramis is referred to as the mother of Nimrod, and sometimes as his wife, leading to the belief that Nimrod married his mother. And that's off, man. You guys are really worshiping the birthday of a man that married his mother, potentially married his mother, all right? I can't prove that with scriptures, and I can't prove that with history, so I can't say that he married his mother. But his history shows that he may have, all right? Alright, there's nothing in the Bible about the death of Nimrod, but the ancient tradition suggests that he died a violent death. One tradition says that he was killed by a wild animal. Another says Shem killed him because he had led the people into the worship of Baal. And that kind of makes sense, but again, I can't prove that with scriptures. Alright? Alright, and this is another reason why this became so popular, this paragraph here. His wife / mother, Semiramis, who had risen to greatness on his account, on Nimrod's account, was not going to disappear into obscurity because of his death. Instead, she pronounced him to be a god, so that she herself became a goddess. She produced another son and proclaimed him to be the resurrected Nimrod. This was not difficult because she was so promiscuous. She produced many children whose father could not be identified. All right, a harlot, right? And that's what harlots want, man. Harlots want fame. That's why you see these celebrities doing anything for fame, right? She wanted fame, so she told a lie, and she was promiscuous, had many children whose father could not be identified. She proclaimed that she had gone down to the world of the dead, rescued Nimrod, and brought him back. All right, and honestly, I want to say these people are foolish for believing that, but these people are so foolish today that if somebody said that today, the mass majority will believe it if they seen it on TV, right? We live in a dumbed down world too. Thus began the worship of Semiramis and the child god and the whole paraphernalia of the Babylonian religious system. All right, so it started basically December 25th started as celebration of the birthday of Nimrod. Right, but how do we celebrate it today, or where did it come from today? Right, that's oh yeah, just let me continue on this. After the decline of Babylon, the religion was transported to Egypt, where they worshipped Isis and her husband Osiris, who was mysteriously able to give the seed of procreation even after death, so that the child god Horus was born. The mother and child deities appeared again in pagan Rome as Fortuna and Jupiter, and in Greece as Ceres, the great mother, with the babe at her breast, or Irene, the goddess of peace, with the boy Plutus in her arms, right? And that's what these ancient Rome did, right? Ancient Rome and ancient Greece did this, where they would name celestial bodies after their gods, after people they worship, right? There's no reverence to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. They worship Jupiter. They worship Plutus, which is comes from Pluto, or Pluto comes from that. They worship Isis and Osiris, right? But let's continue on. The myths of death and rebirth have always been associated with the cycle of agricultural seasons. In Egypt, it was the inundation of the Nile, but elsewhere in the northern hemisphere, which constitutes most of the Earth's landmass, it was about the death and rebirth of the sun, right? And that's where the sun worship comes in. The winter solstice used to be on December 25th, and people have always held a festival at that time because they knew that the days would start to get longer, a matter of great importance when there was no electric lights and no imported food, etc. All right. Now, the reason why winter solstice will fall on December 25th now, and it used to fall on December 25th back then, is because we fall under a different calendar now, right? We're under the Greco-Roman calendar, right? Let me jump down to the tree itself. You know what? Let me go here. What is a Christmas tree? This website is fossilizedcustoms.com. Alright? But before I start this, let me jump over to, let me jump back to the scriptures. Salakia. Alright, you know what? Let me jump back to the scriptures. Jump to Leviticus 26. This is Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 1. Ye shall make you no idols, nor a graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land, to bow down unto it, for I am the Lord Yahweh, your power. Right? We're not supposed to have any idols, no graven images, neither build statues to worship. And like I said before, the Christmas tree not only is an altar, it's an idol, and it's also a phallic symbol. And we're going to get into that here with the Christmas tree, right? What is a Christmas tree? People have trouble recognizing the Nimrod culture all around them, right? And Christmas is not the only way Babylonians these days, which are your modern day Americans, worship Nimrod. The Santa character, as well as every sun deity worshipped everywhere at all times, is Nimrod, and which is why you go to church on Sundays, because they worship the sun, Sunday. Upon his death and dismemberment at the hands of Shem, most likely, they can't prove that, Nimrod became the first human being to be worshipped as a mighty one. He became worshipped as a god. All the cultures worship Nimrod as the sun deity in diverse Babel names. The cut down tree is the occult fertility symbol, often illustrated with an egg and a serpent. Right? A fertility symbol. It's a phallic symbol. A phallic means it represents a erect penis. Right? And from the root word, a sprig of new growth is Tammuz. Nimrod reincarnated. In this way, Nimrod was both husband and son of his wife / mother. Wow. Through Shamaramis, highest heavens, aka Queen of Heavens. And we all know the etymology of queen, right? Actually, let's get that right now. Let's get that. Queen etymology. Actually, queen comes from the word queen. This queen. Queen, young, robust woman. Female serf, hussy, prostitute. Queen comes from the word queen, Queen, comes from this word queen, Quean, pronounced the same, which means prostitute, a female serf, a hussy, right? Alright, so let's go back to this site. The Queen of Heavens, and we read that Shamaramis was very promiscuous. She didn't know who the father of her children were, right? December 25th was observed as the birth of the sun, the tree, the date, the Yule meaning feast, and the horned hunter are all pagan associations to Nimrod the rebel. This is brought out by many researchers, including Alexander Hislop. Christmas is Nimrod's birthday as a solar deity adopted into the traditions of the Alexandrian culture. Alright? And this is another through site where it has the name wrong. Alright? And that's what let's go. I got another site here that talks about the Christmas tree as well. Alright, the evergreen tree, Christmas tree, was a symbol of the essence of life and was regarded as a phallic symbol in fertility worship. Alright, so what's the word phallic symbol? Relating to or resembling a phallus or erect penis, right? And this is Esau society, man. Esau deep down inside, I'm not gonna say deep down inside, because he's really blatant with it and his homosexuality, right? This is why they push that transgenderism, right? They want men to become women and women to become men. They want this whole society backwards. And this is why America is also modern day Babylon. Because Babylon just means confusion, right? But watch this. Witches and other pagans regarded the red holly as a symbol of the menstrual blood of the Queen of Heaven, also known as Diana, also known as Semiramis, the wife / mother of Nimrod. The holly wood was used by witches to make wands. And you see that? The wood of the holly tree, or Hollywood, aka Hollywood now, where your so-called movie stars, was used by witches to make wands. And this is important right here because once you know the truth, you understand that Hollywood is just witchcraft, right? Everything you see on TV is witchcraft used to deceive the masses. And wow, you think that's a coincidence? They named Hollywood after something that was used by witches? Alright. The white berries of the mistletoe were believed by pagans to represent droplets of the semen of the sun god. Both holly and mistletoe were hung in doorways of temples and homes to invoke powers of fertility in those who stood beneath and kissed, causing the spirits of the god and goddess to enter them. Alright? And that's what Christmas is, right? This Christmas spirit going around. What you can hear people say that all the time. Oh, this is the Christmas spirit. When they so-called give gifts to each other and stuff, man, that shit is through, right? Because what does it really represent? Alright? So let me go to the scriptures now. Go back to the scriptures, I should say. So here. Let me go to Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 20. Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 20. For of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands. Right? And thou saidest, I will not transgress. When upon every high hill and under every green tree thou wanderest, playing the harlot. Right? This is Most High saying, since the beginning I have set you free from your captivity. I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, the yoke around your neck and the bands that tied you up. And once you were free, what you said, I will not transgress. But when you went everywhere else, every other land you inherited, you started worshiping their gods, right? Or I'm not inherited. Every other land you were scattered to, you started worshiping their gods, right? And this is what we're doing now in this captivity. We're still worshiping the Babylonian gods, right? Israel is hard-headed. We never learn, right? Because we don't want to learn. When upon every high hill and under every green tree thou wanderest, playing the harlot, right? And what does this say right here? Salak. When people stood under mistletoe and holly, the green trees, to invoke the power of fertility, right? Playing harlots, right? And not only are you playing harlots by jumping partner to partner, right? By sleeping with other men's wives, right? By a woman sleeping with multiple men. You're playing the harlot spiritually by hopping God to God. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy now. Chapter 7 and verse 5. I should start at 2. So it's Deuteronomy 7 and 2. And when the Lord Yahweh thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. And this is our instructions for where we go to inherit a land that was given to us, right? But this is not what we followed. Even in the scriptures, we were ordered to when we inherit the land or take over the land that was given to us by Yahweh, we were supposed to destroy the idols and burn them shits down, right? Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter shall not give unto his son, nor his daughter shall thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord Yahweh be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. And this is what happened, right? We made marriages with Babylon. We made marriages with our captivity, man. We like it here. We got comfortable here. Jake got comfortable in slavery, man. This shit is through. And this is what happened. We are a destroyed people, right? Jake all across the world got this phallic symbol in their house right now, right? With presents under it. Wait until 12 o'clock to open the presents, right? Verse 5, this is the point. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars and break down their imageries and cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire. And I wanted to get into this word groves here. Groves is Asherah, right? Strong's H842.
Strong's H842. Asherah. Asherah.
Asherah, groves for idol worship, right? Sacred trees or poles set up near an altar. The Christmas trees and altar. The Christmas trees and altar. Sacred trees or poles set up near an altar, right? This is what you're celebrating. A Babylonian Astarte, a Canaanite goddess of fortune and happiness. Wow. What is these presents supposed to represent, right? Fortune and happiness, right? Jake spent 3 months of work to buy gifts on this wicked holiday, right? You could have bought them gifts back in August, right? But no, you want to follow these other gods. The supported consort of Baal, her images, sacred trees. All right, that's why when you say groves in the scriptures, it's usually talking about trees. All right, let me jump down to verse 26. Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thine house, right? Lest thou be a cursed thing like it, but thou shalt utterly detest it, and thou shalt utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing. We're not supposed to bring these things into our house, man. We're not supposed to, right? We're not supposed to be even cutting down trees like that. Not unless it's for either to build a house or to use it. We're not supposed to just cut down a tree, destroy the plant, and for what? Use it for a week and throw it away? Nah, man, that shit is through. That shit is hella through. All right. But this is what we did, man. Jump back to here. It's a lot. I'm gonna bring out some more things. Let me continue on this one on fossilizedcustoms.com. Nimrod's name became Babylon to every language as their sun deities. Ra, Zeus, Apollo, Krishna, Odin, Moloch, and dozens more. Right? All these gods, these Greek gods, Apollo, Krishna, these Elamite gods, right? When parents lie about Santa coming to bring them gifts, they have no idea they're telling their children about Nimrod, the first sun king. December 25th is sun worship. Alright? Again, the site is through for not using the proper names. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is calling us out of the practices of sun worship, as false teachers act as if dragging Asherah trees into their home is an idolatry. Alright? Asherah trees. Idolatrous trees, man. That's what they do, right? They make up stories about how the tree is a symbol of Yahushai when all the time it's really a fertility symbol of Nimrod, right? And the story of Nimrod is also that when he died, his body was cut into like 9 pieces or 8 pieces or something like that. And the last piece, and then when they found all the pieces, they stole them back together, and he came back to life. Or I'm thinking about something else, but also the last piece they found was his rod, his penis, right? And that's what they stole on last. And this is why these Babylonians worship this person, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is not the reason for the season, right? And he will pour out his wrath on all who fail to accept the truth when they are presented to it, right? He will send them a strong delusion to believe the lie. And that's right, man. And that's right. Let me jump to 2 Thessalonians. It's a lock. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 11. And for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness, right? And that's these so-called Christians celebrating this holiday, right? All across the Western Hemisphere, they're celebrating this holiday. It's not just in Babylon. They're all over the Caribbean, in Mexico, right? South America, Canada. Canada celebrates it, I think it's called Boxing Day, which is, again, part of this, man. It's all related. It's all sun worship. It's all winter solstice worship, right? It's all Nimrod worship. It's all phallic symbol worship, right? And what did the scriptures say about these days like this, man? Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies, right? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua hates this day, man. Hates this day, and for good reason, right? For good reason. What are you doing celebrating this holiday, Jake? You know the truth. Even if you didn't know the truth, you never looked it up. Are you still telling your children about Santa Claus? Right? That's through. You work so hard to buy your children presents. You work hard to buy your nieces and nephew presents, right? The last little bit you have, because this is a pandemic going on. It's a global recession right now, right? And what do? You buy those presents, you wrap them up, put them under that altar, right? With all those lights on it. Wrap the altar with wrap the phallic symbol with balls everywhere. Wrap the silver and gold around it, right? And what do you tell your kids? Oh, Santa brought this to you because you were a good child. No, man, that's through. Jake working all that hard to give the credit to Esau, man. This shit fucked up, man. But Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, let me check my notes. Yeah, the evergreen tree. It's a lot. Yeah, I pretty much brought out everything I wanted to bring out. But again, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone of Ruel. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel, the 144,000 men that's going to rule this planet under Yahweh Shai and under Yahweh. And also the 1/3 of Israel that's destined for salvation, that's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. And Salak. A double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Salakia. I messed that up. But until next time, Shalom and Abad Babal.